Hello friends and welcome back. So the topic that I'm going to cover in this session is WebSphere DMGR, which is called the deployment manager, along with that the profiles. Okay, so this is again based on the request of multiple engineers where they said they are confused on the DMGR and then they have a multiple different kind of profiles in the WebSphere. So what is the relation between them, how we configure that? So I'm preparing this session to clarify all of your doubt, okay, so that you can understand it in a simple way. Right. So now let us talk about the WebSphere DMGR and profiles. Okay, so when we talk about the WebSphere installations, okay, so we have a different kind of installers, okay, and I'm sure that you heard about one of the installer called WebSphere ND installer, WebSphere ND installer, which is called the network deployment. N for network and D for deployment, network deployment. Okay, network deployment installer. So this is installer which is an installer which support the high availability configuration. So when we say DMGR, which is called the deployment manager, so this deployment manager is a feature of the ND installation or ND installer, okay, which is called the network deployment, and this is a high availability features. So high availability features we mostly use in the production environment. Okay, so specifically if you are going to configure the WebSphere in the production environment, then we always use the NG installer, network deployment installer, which give you the functionality of the deployment manager, which is called the DMGR. Okay, and what are the features that we get with this ND installer for high availability? We get the feature of clustering, we get the feature of load balancing, and we get the feature of failover. Along with that, many more. These are the critical features, right? Because in production, we know that we may have the multiple machines, not a single machine, for the high availabilities, where we install the WebSphere, right? So that in case any one server get crash, your application will be accessible from the other servers. So this is called the high availability architecture, where the multiple servers will be part of a same cluster, okay, and this will be for the load balancing, and along with that failover. In case any server get crash, the request of the client should transfer to the other server along with the session data of the user. This is called the load balancing and failover. So all these features, if you wanted to use in the production, we always have to go with the ND installer, okay, which give you the feature of deployment manager. So now in this case, what is the role of deployment manager, where we have the multiple servers, okay, in the high availability configurations? So if you have a multiple servers, so here we have four, so actually it can be many more than four, right? So you need a centralized location for the complete management of all the nodes. For example, if I say I'm going for a deployment, so if I'm doing a deployment, it's not feasible for you to go to each and every server and do the deployment of application. If I'm doing any kind of a configuration changes, it is not feasible for you to log into each and every machine and do the same configuration again and again on each node. That means you need a centralized location, okay, from where you can completely manage your complete domain. That means all the nodes should be managed from a centralized location. And this centralized location is referred as DMGR, deployment manager, which is part of your ND, network deployment feature. So with this DMGR, we get a admin console. Along with that, we get a CLI, command line interface as well. Okay, you can do the changes from the admin console, you can do it from the command line as well. But in a nutshell, everything executed from the DMGR node, right? And it is propagated in each and every server, which is part of your ND cluster. So by this way, you don't need to go and apply all the changes in each and every server one by one. You can do everything from the centralized location. You do the deployment from admin console. It will be deployed on each and every server which is running on different machine. You do any kind of a configuration changes, it will be reflected on each and every machine or each and every server which is running on different machine. So this is called the deployment manager, which is a high availability feature which give you an admin console along with the CLI, and with the help of that you can do the complete end-to-end centralized management of your WebSphere cluster. Right. So now second thing is profile. So what are the different kind of a profiles and how it is related with this particular feature? So in WebSphere, let me open a new window and I will explain you there. So in WebSphere, we have a different kind of a profiles, okay, which is again based on the your configuration, what kind of a environment that you are going to configure. Okay, for example, let me tell you the different profiles. We have a cell profile, we have a app server profile, then we have a custom profile, Okay, and then we have a secure proxy profile, and then we have a management profile. So these are the different kind of a profiles that we have in the WebSphere as of now. Okay, so now you have to look for what kind of a profile you need based on what kind of a configuration you are doing or for which environment you are doing. For example, if you are doing for the non-prod environments where you have a development server and then where you have a quality, you have a testing. Okay, so in that case, one application server should be sufficient, right, for a non-production environment. And this is how we always go. We have only one server in the development and then non-production environment mostly. So in that case, we opt for the application server profile. Application server profile. So this will give you a profile where you will have a one application server is running of the WebSphere, one instance of application server. Okay, but this is not going to give you the full-fledged admin console. You will get a admin console with this as well, but you can't able to do all the operations that we do from a traditional admin console in the network deployment. Okay, so mostly this profile will be you will see using in the development quality and testing environment. Okay, now apart from that, if I talk about the cell profile, this cell profile contain your DMGR along with that one application server. Okay, DMGR plus one application server by default. So that means if you configure a cell profile, a DMGR profile will be created. Along with that, one application server will be created. So that means you will have a centralized console deployment manager, and inside that you will have one application server by default. Okay, this is a ready to use configuration for you. Now, when we talk about a custom profile, so this custom profile is a kind of a blank profile, and this is mostly used for the clustering configuration. Clustering configuration where you need the multiple servers, okay, which I have discussed some time back. That means you need one as DMGR, and then you may have 4 application servers in the cluster. Okay, so what you do, we create this custom profile in each and every node for each and every node. Okay, and once the custom profile is created, okay, then what we do, we federate this custom profile to the DMGR so that your DMGR can manage all these profiles. Okay, and then we create the servers on each and every node. So that means this custom profile basically we use mostly when we do this kind of a clustering setup. Okay, secure proxy, I haven't seen any client is using this one. This is something like a reverse proxy. We use the any of the web server as a reverse proxy in front of WebSphere. But if you want to use WebSphere as well as a reverse proxy, then you have a secure proxy which you can configure. Then we have a management profile. So in management, we have two profiles. One is the administrative agent, and second is your which is called deployment manager. Okay, so now here you can see with the help of management profile, we can create the administrative agent. So this administrative agent give you a single console where you can register the multiple non-prod instances. Because in the non-prod instances, we do not have a single centralized console, and maybe you have a particular server where you have the multiple environments are there in a single server. So you can configure the administrative agent, okay, so that you can manage all these different non-prod instances from a single console. Instead of a go for a different console for each and every environment, you can register each and every instance to a single console. And the requirement is all should be in the same machine, right? And this is the most important deployment manager, okay, in the admin management profile. So in this architecture, what I have discussed some time back, what I told you, in the clustered servers we create the custom profile, correct? So in the here we have in all the clustered servers we have the custom profile which need to be federated to the DMGR. But from where this DMGR will come, for that you have to configure this deployment manager profile. So in a nutshell, when you are going for a production setup, what exactly we follow process, we first create a management profile, and inside the management profile we configure the deployment manager profile. Once this deployment manager profile is configured in a server, okay, then in the rest of the server what we do, we configure the custom profiles. And once the custom profiles has been done, we federate this custom profile with the deployment manager. Okay, once the federation is done, your deployment manager can reach this custom profile, and then you create the multiple servers, okay, inside each and every custom profile in this high availability architecture. So that means in a nutshell, what we have learned so far, we have a different kind of a profiles, okay, and then we have a different kind of a purpose of each and every profile. And then based on the architecture that we are going to build in our environment, we have to identify which profile we want to use. So now hope I am able to clear your doubt on the DMGR network deployment and then your different kind of a profiles. If still you have any questions, you can write back to us digitalk.fmw@gmail.com. Okay, we'll revert to you.